Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So you guys already know what's going down from today's title and thumbnail. I'm gonna be telling you guys how I relocated from Nigeria to the UK. And yeah, so I know this video is already going to come out there. You guys are going to ask the process and all that, so that's why I'm making the video down to tell you guys the process, so in case maybe when I get there I would not be able to make a video. So first things first, I just want to tell you guys I actually applied for Canada. That was last year and this year, in the month of October 2023 and January 2024, and I got both rejection. Yes, so I got rejected. But last year, before I was also planning for this Canada, I got an admission to the university in the UK. If you're wondering, I'm going to the University of Hull. Yes, Hull University in England, UK. So I got the admission in November last year, 2023. But I did not act on it. I did not do anything on it. I did not work on it at all. So as at last year, I didn't do anything on the admission. I just had my admission. I just accepted the admission firmly and just left it as it is. So moving on to this year, 2024. After I got my rejection in January, I spun out to go ahead to look for other schools again that I can apply to, having this admission. So now, first things first, one of the things I'm going to advise you is, before you even begin to like apply to schools or begin to apply to relocate and all that, sit down and think like where you want to go to first. So be it Canada, be it US, be it UK. Think of the 3 places you want to be, the living expenses, and if you can do it, and if that is your dream country, or if it is whatever thing you have always just put in like the criteria you need. Sit down, look at the criteria before you choose where you want to be. So after you choose where you want to stay, be it the UK, be it Canada, be it US, after that you need to now choose your school. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky. I have gotten a lot of people tell me that they don't know how to look for their schools, or they do not know how to find their schools or something. So first things first, what I did was look at my course. I studied pure and applied chemistry in the University of Federal University Lokoja, if you're wondering. So, and I'm like, okay, I want to further in chemistry. I want to further my master's in chemistry. So first things first, you look at what course do you even want to further in. If you want to continue with your course that you've done before, then that is another situation, and that is something else. But if you want to change your course, then you can go ahead. So it's left to you to know what you want to do initially. Just sit down and think about it. And then I did not just want to do just further my own in chemistry. I did not just want to do master's chemistry. If you get me, if you are familiar with chemistry, chemistry has different aspects of chemistry. We have analytical chemistry, we have physical, inorganic, organic, whatever side of chemistry you want to study. But in our undergraduates, we actually did just the whole chemistry, like pure and applied chemistry, the whole inorganic, organic, physical, and everything. So after that, we kind of like did get an admission. Okay, yes. So like as I was saying, I said I did not want to just further in chemistry. So I wanted something different, and in my project that I did back in my undergraduate, I kind of featured something in quantum analytical kind of chemistry, and I've always wanted to do analytical chemistry. So I went ahead to look at the schools and the courses that had the course that I wanted to do. So first things first, you narrow it down to the courses you want to do, and then you begin to look into the schools that has the course that you want to do. So that way is much easier, rather than you saying, okay, I want to further my master's, let me start looking for schools that it will not be so much easier. So when I initially wanted to do, I stumbled upon this school, University of Hull. I wouldn't lie to you guys, my auntie sent me the link. I applied to schools. I applied to University of North Texas. I applied to Texas Women's University. Like, I applied to a whole lot of schools, US, UK, I applied to what's the name of the school? I think I actually also checked Southwold. So I checked all kind of schools, but then my auntie sent me the link of this University of Hull, and then I went through the school. Initially I was like, I don't want to, I just want to focus on this Canada. But then I checked the school and I saw that I was able to see my course. I saw analytical and forensic chemistry. Now, please have this in mind. I saw analytical and forensic chemistry, and I was very much interested because I read about the course. I went through the website. I checked the pros and cons of the school. I checked how they relate to their students, how you can do, if you can actually, what you will do when you finish the school. So put a whole lot of this into consideration, the living expenses of the area, if I want to stay in school or outside school. So just put a whole lot of these things into play, and it's going to help you. So that's the same thing I did. I found out that the living expenses, my school is outside London, so the living expenses for my school is different. I don't know if you guys understand me. So the living expenses for my school is different, and I just had to calculate it and see if you can make it and do so. So after that, I applied to the school in November. Yes, I applied to the school November 10th, 2023, and I was given an admission on the 20th of November 2023. Most times people say, oh, it takes 3 weeks, I think 2 to 3 weeks or 2 to 4 weeks or something, but mine just took about 1 week or so, I don't know. Yes, so I was given admission, that was 20th of November 2023, and after that I accepted the offer because I was given a conditional offer. So here's the thing, you would be given a conditional offer initially. So what you need to do is just to accept your offer on your school portal. So after that, I was asked to present some documents to actually make it unconditional offer. So I was asked to present my statement of purpose. Statement of purpose is basically something that you just need to tell the school why you're coming to study in the school and why that course and why that school. So I submitted my statement of purpose, my passport data page, my NECO. So now my school used the NECO. That's another thing. You will need English proficiency. So you need to know whether if you did NECO or WAEC or any other, or Duolingo English test, or any other English proficiency. You need to check if your school accepts that English proficiency. So for my school, they accepted the NECO results I had. So yeah, I did not need to do any other exam or any other English proficiency to get to the school. So I was asked to submit my NECO, my English proficiency, and the NECO scratch card for them to be able to use and check. So that was the 4 things I needed to submit for my offer to become unconditional, and then I had to pay my deposit. So I paid a deposit of £4,000. I am going to be telling you guys how I did everything plus the amount and everything. So I paid a deposit of £4,000 for me to get my CAS. CAS is certificate of confirmation of acceptance of studies. Yes, that's CAS. That's your CAS. So CAS is what tells the UKVI your documents, everything, your course you're coming to do, the amount you've paid, basically everything that relates to your school. That is what your CAS does. So after doing all of that, my offer changed from conditional to unconditional offer. So now I have a unconditional offer. Okay guys, so now I have an unconditional offer from the UK. I have done all of that. So my CAS didn't actually take time. So I would advise you, if you want to start any of this process, please start very early, because I noticed my own sets, the ones that did later, that wanted to start getting their CAS and all that later, had to wait a long time. But me, I got my CAS on March. I got my CAS on 11th of March, 3 days after I paid my tuition deposit. It was confirmed 3 days after, and then after that I got my draft CAS to confirm everything. I did not go through a CAS interview. So most schools actually do CAS interview, but mine did not do CAS interview for you. So I was only giving my draft CAS, confirmed to them, and then later that evening, that same day, I got my CAS. So the next was my TB test, tuberculosis test. When I did my TB test was 79,800 in Naira, 79,800 in Naira. I did it as IOM Ikeja. And all of those processes I did it myself. I did not use any agents. I'm not saying it's not good to use an agent or something, but I just feel like it's way easier to do it yourself and less expensive, because you are still going to spend a whole lot of money on these things. Like, especially currently in Nigeria, the exchange rate in 2024 rose crazily. Like, it just rose to the point that a lot of people could not meet up. So one of the priorities is also our exchange rate. So yeah, I paid 79,800 for my IAM, and I got my TB test. So the video is around, so if you want to come watch the video, please, I'll link it in the description box. I have done a video personally on just TB test. So after that was going to be my what was the after TB. Okay, I think after TB test, the next thing was to apply for my biometrics. Yes, I already have my CAS. Okay, after TB test is to do my POF. So POF is proof of funds, and for you to get your POF, you have to look, if you are going to the UK, there is two living expenses for London and outside London. So you need to check if your school is in London and if your school is outside London. So for my school, like I said before, it's outside London. So my living expenses was £1,023 times 9 months. So that's 9,207 plus my remaining school fees. So my school fees is £14,000, and I paid £4,000 tuition deposit. So the remaining one is £10,000. So my POF is £19,207. That's how much I needed to have. So your remaining school fees plus your living expenses equals your POF. I hope you got that explanation. So, and if it's in London, I think London is about 1,300 something or so. So just check all of these things. Please check the UKVI website to be sure about all of these things and to know what you are doing, so that you would not be confused or miss your way. So yeah, £19,207. That is how much I needed to do for my exchange for my POF. So after my POF matured, I did my POF for 1 month, from May 10th to June 10th. That is when I did my POF. So you can have it for 28 days. It's written in the UKVI website. Highest 31 days. That is 1 month. So I did mine for 1 month, 30 days. After I applied on the day my POF expired, that was on June 10th. That's when I applied for my visa. June 10th. So after applying for my visa on June 10th, I did a whole lot of, I upload all of my documents, and the documents needed for your visa is your CAS, confirmation of acceptance of studies. So definitely you will need that. That is why I'm saying you need to pay your tuition deposit before getting your CAS. So your CAS, your TB test, your NECO results, that's whatever you use, NECO, WAEC, any English, then your transcripts, your passport data page, your just a whole lot of things, your passport data page, your what else again? What am I missing? Your POF, that's your statement of accounts, so just make sure you check the UKVI. But that's what I uploaded. I uploaded my NYC certificate. I uploaded a whole lot of things. My employment letters. If you are working, you need to upload that just to show that there is no gap and all that. So yeah, that's the few things that I uploaded. I did self-upload. I did not do assisted service. So I did self-upload, and after the whole filling of the form, I applied. After I applied, I then went ahead to go for my biometrics. So I booked my biometrics for the 19th of June 2024. That was when I could get. So I paid for premium lounge. That was the only services I paid for. I wanted paying for prime time appointment so that I can get the next date, but it did not work out for me. So I had to pay premium lounge, and that cost about 99,000 naira in naira. So that one you use your naira. But then for the IHS and visa fee, yes, that is one important thing I almost forgot. So while you are doing your applying for your visa, you need to pay IHS fee and visa fee. So your IHS is your immigration health surcharge. That is one biggest thing. So it's actually rose because of our exchange rate. So for the amount in pound is 1,164 pound for your IHS fee, and then in your visa fee is 490 pound. But in dollar, you are going to pay that in dollar. So you need a dollar account when you're in that. And for that was $1,550 when I paid, and then the visa fee was $650 when I paid. But it rose up, guys. It increased because of the exchange rate. So it's like crazy. So whatever you're doing, please do it early. And I know it's really not easy for like Nigerians right now because of like the exchange rates. But while I did my own, I would advise that you have someone over there to do it for you. Like if you have somebody in the UK, in the US, in Canada, it will be easier for them to pay than you in Nigeria, because it will not really like affect the whole thing. So after that, I finished my biometrics. Then on the 23rd of June, after 4 days, I got my confirmation email for my visa being successful. So I went to pick up my visa on the 24th of June. That is when I picked it up, and yeah. So basically, that is how I relocated from Nigeria to the UK, and yeah. And then I planned and did everything, and I went on my flights and I came. So basically, all I'm just trying to say is have all of these things in plan, and whatever other questions you have, please leave them in the comment section. I'm going to answer them, and just take your time and go through this. I'm not saying you should not use an agent. You can use an agent, but all in all, that is how I relocated, and that is just the amount in which I used. So I pray I have said everything which I did, and I've mentioned every amount. If you're not clear on anyone, please let me know. And with that being said, I love you guys, and yeah, thank you, and stay tuned till the next video. Love you.